going on, everyone? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Having a look at the Bitcoin price. Now, we were talking about this very specific level. We were in this bear flag, which it is still technically a bear flag, but we were feeling bullish, at least on the short-term price action. Now, you can see right here, we've pretty much basically exactly hit our target, right? If we were to come up all the way to the top here, the target level would have been about 17,540 bucks. We got around 17,500 exact, which basically was our target, right? We said 17,005 was our short-term target. Now we have hit that level. I am still potentially anticipating more of a move to the upside. Just understand that we could have a little bit of a retest of this heart line before continuing to the upside, right? So there could be a little bit of consolidation of Bitcoin, but we knew we were due for a move, and I still do have a potential target up here of around 18,100 to about 18,374. But the warning is not so much about what's happening in the short term. Right now, we are seeing some things in cryptocurrency that I think are absolutely phenomenal learning lessons, especially if you are new, if you just got into crypto. There are some things happening right now that are a little bit shady, a little bit, kind of negative, but I do think we can learn a lot from them. So what I want to talk about, I want to put the spotlight on a few of these examples, okay? And these are the types of things that you need to learn, you need to understand, especially before the next bull run. And if, people are asking you about crypto, you want to be a little bit knowledgeable, right, when you're speaking to them. And of course, I do want to talk about this move because I still am anticipating a move to the upside, but I just want to let everyone know I don't believe it's going to be a straight line. So we will talk about that. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. I'm going to try to keep today's video a little bit shorter than usual. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, turn on the bell notifications, and definitely drop a like, drop a comment. We got to keep that YouTube algorithm going, right? Because they're not being very friendly to crypto videos right now. So that being said, I will continue to make these videos every single day for you. I went over this. Let's go to the next chart right here. So the level that we were looking at, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but again, we had this, we had this dump right here. We had this wick from FTX. Look at the consolidation, right? We couldn't break through, fake out. We couldn't break through, fake out, right? We had this massive fake out. We came back down below it, and we had this one little candle, right? This one little we thought it would be a fake out. Boom, confirmed above it. So now I do believe that this move, is validated. I do believe it does have legs, and I still, as long as we can hold and maintain above 17,238, which, by the way, there is still a possibility that we could have one more fake out to the downside. I'll show you why in just a minute, but I still am anticipating, at least minimally, this target. And let me just actually put the box on for you so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. Right in here is sort of my area, because we have this zone right here, which represents this candle right here, right? We had this right here, couldn't break above it. Then we had two attempted touches of it right here. And then we also had that wick. So my ultimate zone for this move is between 18,135 and 18,396, which, by the way, everyone that was able to actually take that trade, congratulations, guys. We absolutely nailed that move. We knew as soon as we had the retest on this trend, we were moving to the upside, which is why if you guys want to learn how to trade, you need to watch the tutorial above. Take advantage of the $56,210 in bonuses below, and make sure that you get subscribed and turn on the bell notifications. All of this information is free. I don't have courses. I don't charge anything. Just watch the video and I will tell you exactly what I'm looking at. You could see right here another reason why we're being held down, and this is very, very important if you want to learn how to chart why this area is providing resistance, and you got to look at the confluence of this. It's absolutely crazy. So you could see right here, this blue zone, right? And we've had this blue zone marked out for months and months and months. Now, let's go back in time, first of all, and see why this was so significant, okay? Let's just watch this. So you can see right here, right? We had this breakout. And this was, we had this up move, and this was back in 2020, right? Look at this. We had 1, 2, 3 candles, right, that had difficulty, and look at where this candle stopped out. Can you see this on the daily? So basically, you're filling in this area, right? Just kind of fill this area in. See, you had a lot of activity in that area, right? So what do? We come over here, and how crazy is this? Look at this, guys. Terra Luna collapse, Terra Luna collapse. Look at exactly where that tail goes down to. The number on the nose is exactly where we have that, and it gets bought back up, right? So fast forward to today, Fast forward to today. Let me put this back so you guys can see. Where are we having that difficulty breaking out, right? We had the fake out into the zone. Nope, couldn't quite do it. And right now, we're just a little bit shy. Now, you might be saying to me, well, we didn't hit the level exactly. Well, this is sort of the issue, right? Once you start building these levels, you get a lot of traders, you get a lot of bots and algorithms that are looking at these levels. So what they want to do is they want to front run it, right? So they know that the level is 17.6. So what do? The algorithm puts their sell at 17.5. Right? They catch you $100 before, the same way that people think Bitcoin's going to go down to 10. Bitcoin's not going to go to 10,000. It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to blow past 10,000, right, and go down to 9,000 or something like that, or it's not going to go to 10 and it's going to stop just short, right? Because these traders are trying to outsmart all the algorithms. But nevertheless, I still do think we could potentially find ourselves back inside the blue zone. Something that is happening right now, though, is we do have this 21 exponential, this green line, coming down. And eventually, it's going to not only meet up with the 300, but it is going to, crash into this formation, right? And it's going to keep holding us down. You could see that it held us down here, kind of played around with us here, but historically speaking, you could see ultimately, once we get above it, we stay above it for quite some time, right? I mean, look at right here, 21 exponential. Look at all these bounces off of it, right? And then all of a sudden, we fall below it, right? A little bit of fake out, giving that hopium. But what is it doing? It's holding us down. It's keeping us down. And finally, Bitcoin just gives up and it falls, right? Fast forward to today, it is coming down, right? So it's either going to push us down further or it's going to provide an opportunity for us to start building some bullish accumulation. And if we can actually hold above that, that gives us a chance at hitting this major downtrend, which is, in my opinion, the most important level in Bitcoin's history. Well, not history, but at least right now. And keep in mind, that level does keep moving lower over time. So in other words, explain it to a 5-year-old, the longer Bitcoin consolidates, the less high the price has to get in order to get the bullish breakout, right? Because if we were to have the breakout today, that would mean that Bitcoin would have to get all the way up to about almost $24,000, right? But if we were to go sideways and we had that breakout sometime in May, well, then Bitcoin really only just has to barely get above the levels that we're at today, right, in order to have that retest. So, it's something like that could happen. I have spoke about the long-term trend. In fact, if we look at the long-term trend right now, what I think is kind of interesting is going all the way back to this bear market. Every single time we hit this center band of the lower logarithmic regression, we find support. And even here, I know people are talking about this COVID, but look at this, guys. This was a black swan event, right? Nobody was expecting that. If you just kind of cancel that out, look at that. Support right there. And crazy enough, guys, what are we doing right now? Finding support right there. In fact, this is actually kind of mind-blowing. But, if we zoom in, let me try to get this a little bit. I don't know why it's not, hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit right here. So look at this, guys. Look at that touch right there. Exactly on that line, right? I mean, at this point, why even trade, right? We'll just use the logarithmic band, and every time it touches a level, we'll just long or short, right? Not a bad strategy. But you can see right here that when we have this, hash ribbon, EMA ribbon, I'm sorry, I'm thinking, excuse me, guys, it's Wednesday, I'm discombobulated. When we have this hash ribbon inverting, so you see right here, where right here we had the inversion, right? You could see that the yellow was on top, and that flips to the bottom, and this red line was on the bottom, and that flips to the top. It's like you're twisting something, right? It's like, it's like an inversion, like you're going like this, right? You're twisting it. So that's basically what happened. What you're looking for is you want it to twist back up. Now, these bands are quite far apart right now, okay? You can see they're very far spaced. You want to start to see them twist like this, get very close, like they're starting to crunch together, right? And when you see that, that's when you can pretty much say with almost certainty that we're looking to sort of, bounce to the next level, right? Once you have them flip over. But also keep in mind that it is a little bit of a lagging indicator. So technically, by the time they're already doing that, you have already missed the bottom. But at the same time, once we do see that, we can get that bull run confirmed. So if you guys do like this content, make sure that you slap a like on these videos. We got to get these videos out. We got to spread this information. Also, something really interesting that Ali Charts pointed out was if we actually have a look at this whale accumulation, even though it has been a little bit quiet, you can notice that whales between 1,000 to 10,000 have added about 20,000 Bitcoin to their holdings since January 5th, which is 4.57 million, which I can't do that number off the top of my head, but that's somewhere around 23%? 23% of the total supply? I don't know. Somebody correct me. I know I'm wrong. But ultimately, that is showing us that whales are starting to find these levels interesting. Also, side note, this popped up randomly. I wanted to point this out. I did retweet this, but for anyone who didn't see this, the House of Republicans will vote on a bill to abolish the IRS and eliminate income tax. Fox News. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I just wanted to point that out. That is absolutely nuts news. Anyway, let's talk about the warnings. I want to talk about the issues in crypto right now and what we can take away from this, right? And I have 3 different examples. Stick with me here. And these are the things that you need to share with other people. That's the responsibility. Once you've been through a cycle, next bull cycle, you're going to be the OG. There's a lot of OGs watching right now. You know who you are, but there's also a lot of new people watching. Number 1, I want to start talking about these speculative meme coins, right? So I have nothing against Dogecoin. I have nothing against Shiba Inu. I have nothing against BONK. There are lots of opportunities for speculation, and there are lots of opportunities to make a lot of money. However, everyone that was rushing into it, if you did not get in BONK down here, which I don't really know a lot of people who did personally, to whoever did, congratulations. Because look, when you zoom in right here, and I just want to show you something really interesting. You can see it right here, right? It's building up, it's building up, building up, building up. Now right here, there's this massive surge, but look at this volume. Look at this volume right here, okay? Okay? So for everyone saying, oh, I could have got in. No. No, that wasn't what was happening. There was some kind of, and I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm not saying anything about BONK as a credible whatever. It's not about that. It's just about the people in the know and those trading and those who got in before the rest of everyone else, right? Look at this, and then boom, all of a sudden the algorithm starts spiking, right? This big thing. And look at this, guys. All of a sudden the people start to buy, and what does it do? It starts to come down, right? So maybe these people panic sell, right? They go, oh crap. Or this is the initial, exit liquidity for everyone that got in at that early level. But it's okay because it continued to go up, right? It went all the way up to, I don't even know, fraction of a fraction, 439 of something. I don't even know what that is. All right. From that point, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was saying it's the next Doge, it's the next Shiba. Look, it could go for a second pump. I don't know. The coin is not that old. There's not enough data on it. But what I can tell you is it's literally crashed 69% and it's flatlining right now. And you can see that 69% happened in just 6 days. So lesson number 1, FOMOing into these things after they've already, look, if you get in and you got a little bit, you don't care, you want to put a little bit, set it, forget it, fine. But don't go betting the farm on this. Don't go jumping in on everything, And I try to prevent these types of things on the channel. You don't really see me talking too much about these speculative opportunities. Now, of course, you could have made money. Somebody somewhere made money. But I guarantee you right now, a lot of people holding this coin right now are in a loss. I would guarantee that most people are in a loss right now if they're holding BONK, right? Now, you could say that for Bitcoin as well, but the question is, what is the longevity of Bitcoin versus what is the longevity of BONK, right? So this is obviously just my opinion, but I do think that, the facts do speak for themselves. So number 1 is obviously be careful chasing pumps. Number 2, guys, is also be careful chasing pumps, but it's also be careful of the news that you hear. So we have this this wonderful picture of this man known as Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and you could see right here, basically, there was this tweet from GALA Games on Monday that said just a little bit of information regarding our ongoing work with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg, and then they have all this information, but you could see right here, what happened was when they posted this, GALA pumped over 70% to about 0.051 cents, the highest since September 13th. However, GALA Games ended up deleting these tweets without any explanation, and the token plummeted 20% lower overnight. And in fact, it's sitting a little bit lower today. I just checked it out this morning. So again, you have to be careful with, and I don't know anything about GALA Games. I have no knowledge of their team, no knowledge of what they do. I'm not ragging on them as a company. Don't take it that way. But what I am saying is be careful on these types of news events. There were so many cryptos in 2017, 2018, 2019 even, that would come out with these absurd partnerships and say they were working with Apple and Amazon and Walmart and all this other crazy stuff. And a lot of it turned out to not be true. And you would see these crazy spikes. I mean, you know how easy it is to just type something on Twitter? Yeah, crypto zombie. I'm going to be working with, I don't know, Apple or something, right? And then all of a sudden, oh my goodness. And, you can't trust everything that you read. So again, this kind of goes into chasing pumps, but be careful of the news that comes out, because this turned out to, potentially not be true, or else why would they be deleting their, stuff, right? And of course, the final thing, which I don't think anyone needs to really hear, because if you've been around, you've seen the collapse of Three Arrows and Voyager and FTX and Celsius, and I'm sure I'm missing some at this point, but it's also, do not think that in crypto, something is too big to fail, okay? Crypto is a very small industry. The banks, they were bailing everybody out in the 2008 financial crisis. No one's coming to save cryptocurrency. No one's coming to bail out cryptocurrency. Okay, it's just not something that's going to happen, at least not at this point. So you have to be careful, especially keeping your coins on exchanges and what these guys are doing in the background. You have Barry Silbert. So he came out, he said, I've been reflecting quite a bit about the past, the state of the industry and where things go from here. Here's an update to address those reflections, other developments, and some speculation about the digital currency group. Whatever. So basically he says that they had trading and lending relationships with Three Arrows. We know how that happened and how that ended, right? They had about 250,000 in FTX Series B, which really isn't a lot of money, but I'm sure it became a lot of money at some point. They borrowed $500 million in January at an interest rate between 10 and 12%, and they owe Genesis $447.5 million, which is roughly about 4,550 Bitcoin. They owe them $447.5 million and 4,550 Bitcoin worth $78 million, which matures this month in May. But what kind of had people concerned about this, and you can see some of the tweets down here, is basically that he didn't really mention anything about the accusations from Cameron Winklevoss, which literally came out yesterday. So he kind of seems to be skirting around the details, right? Like King Kong pointed out, in layman's terms, I'm REKT and I can't pay Cameron, Tyler, and Gemini, but I did some neat things along the way, right? But here's the issue. If you actually look at the FINRA report, Digital Currency Group is both a direct and indirect owner of Genesis. So while Silbert is an indirect owner capable of directing the management or policies of the firm, he's kind of right now playing it like, well, I don't know what I could do. It's like, Barry, all of these entities are under you, or at least you're involved in some way, right? The same way that, Sam Bankman-Fried, tried to separate FTX and Alameda, but realistically, they're very similar, right? They're just different names. They're operating under different company names, but ultimately it's the same thing in the background. So there was a source from a legal background that said that Barry was acting under a corporate veil doctrine. For example, if Barry decided it was best to not repay the loans to a third party, he made that decision acting in furtherance of the company's objectives in good faith, then he is protected by the corporate veil. But if Silbert could be held responsible if he used the corporate veil as a shield to commit fraud or avoid debts. And that's something that we're going to have to see. I mean, what is the one common theme between every single entity that has gone down recently? What do they do like weeks before, days before? No, everything is fine. Don't worry. We're good. There's nothing crazy going on behind the scenes. And then we find out there is, right? Following the fallout of FTX, a rush of users obviously pulled their money out, and there were 340,000 users that were affected by Gemini. And it says, key to Silbert's responsibility lies in the answers to the perennial question, what did he know and when did he know it? A limited partner of a Hong Kong venture capital firm said he's not telling the whole truth and what actually went down. What about the loans that were lent out to the other funds like Three Arrows Capital, Alameda Research? And what about the others that use GBTC as collateral? Silbert's letter completely dismissed earlier reports his company was being investigated by the Department of Justice and the SEC that flew in the face of earlier reports that they were being probed. So like Jeff Roberts points out, pretty forceful denial by Barry of the Bloomberg report that Justice is investigating the loans. So again, we'll have to see how this plays out. But again, guys, this is what I just wanted you to be careful of, okay? So the three things we could take away from today is obviously chasing these hype memes, right? Like BONK and stuff. These pumps after, literally up like tens of, what is it from low to the top? All-time low up 1,685%. Yeah, so people are chasing that. And, the second thing is just be careful of what some of these companies say. It's very easy to just tweet something or say something or post something, but, is it true? We don't know. Could be true, but why did they delete it, right? All I know is, historically speaking, when I see something, I always assume that it's false until proven true. And that's a good way to look at it moving forward. And then, of course, the third one is just be wary that, none of these entities are too big to fail, and never trust anyone, especially with your private keys or more money than you're willing to, afford to lose on the exchange. So I wanted to end on some good news, and then I want to get out of here. So we do have Wix. They're the guys that you can do the websites and stuff. They're adding CoinGate integrations to their crypto payment services. So this is pretty cool. Wix retailers that integrate it as payment processors can accept Bitcoin, including Lightning Network payments, and over 70 other cryptocurrencies from their clients. So ultimately, that is it for me, guys. And as I said, we called it. I told you that we were having the death cross on the DXY. People laughed at me. People said, yeah, keep dreaming. The dollar's just going to pump right back in people's faces. Well, guess what it did, guys? Made an attempt, got rejected, and Bitcoin is pumping. Now, I'm not saying we're out of the water just yet. What I am saying is that we are, and we have been, due for this rebound. And I do think we do have a little more room for this bear market rally. So if you do want to take advantage of trading this, you can long it up to those levels. And, I hate shorting Bitcoin, but look, guys, you can make money. And when we do hit some of those key levels, if we start getting rejected at around that 18.1, 18.3 level, maybe even to 18.5 if we get a wick, you can also make money shorting Bitcoin. If you want to learn how to do that, make sure that you guys get subscribed, turn on the bell notifications, and check out the tutorial for BitGet popping up above. There's lots of other opportunities too below. Bybit is very good. They have a lot of different altcoins. Not as friendly, US, whatever, but if you guys want to check that out, take advantage of that. If you sign up to BitGet, you can use the link, or if you want to enter the referral code NYNL, that will make you eligible for the additional 10,000. A lot of other people, they have like maybe an $8,000 bonus, but obviously I've spoken with BitGet, and I really do like using their platform. So that's why they're offering the extra 10,000 to Crypto Zombie subscribers. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but I would take advantage of it while it does, especially in a bear market. Remember, those links are below in the description. So that is it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I hope you guys are feeling a little bit better today, considering that we have had this positive price action. I hope that you are taking this time to educate yourself about the crypto space, learning how to trade, learning about, these pump and dumps, these hype coins, announcements that get deleted, and, understanding about, don't trust any of these guys, even if you think they're too big to fail, right? I don't even trust Coinbase. I don't care. I don't trust them. I'm not going to leave more on Coinbase than I'm willing to lose, right? So that being said, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I make these videos. You're the reason that I'm wearing orange today for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is orange. Make sure that you check out these videos. This one specifically actually popping up right here, right now. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.